Well, my music hasn't changed. But we're playing soul music. Soul music.
A lot of people have issues with Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight is a distributor of tools. If you don't know, Harbor Freight has a lot of Chinese-made tools, a lot of tools that maybe are made in America, but they're kind of on the cheap end. There are certain tools that I'll get at Harbor Freight, usually a level. They have really good Pittsburgh levels, so I get 2-foot and 5-footers all the time until I run them down. Different blades that I need, maybe for my Sawzall, for my Dremel tool, things like that, is usually cheaper than Home Depot or Lowe's. The thing about Harbor Freight is they don't manufacture anything. It's like going to Goodwill. People will say, wow, you shop at Goodwill. But again, Goodwill doesn't manufacture anything. All they do is distribute Levi's and Wrangler and all the different products that are made by different companies. All they do is sell them, and you get good deals. So having said that, I don't usually buy power tools at Harbor Freight. I would rather spend a little bit more and get a better quality product. But there are certain tools that I only use from time to time where I'm not going to wear them out anytime soon. So my mortar mixer, if I spend $80 on it and it burns out in a year, then I'm good with that, as opposed to spending $300 or $400 for a mixer that's going to burn out anyway. That's kind of my rationale on it. If I were actually buying tools for myself for DIY products and stuff like that, I would probably step up to Makita. I would step up to a lot of the name brand manufacturers, because I know that my use out of it is going to be a whole lot less than a contractor. But as contractors go, you know, we burn things out, we throw them around, and you know, there's really no point in spending $600 or $700 for a tool like this that cost me $280. I think it was $280. It's called a Bauer, manufacturer's name, and I don't know anything about this company, but again, I'm using this tool maybe 3 or 4 times in a year, and if it lasts me a couple of years, I've done well. I'd actually rented one of these, a demolition hammer, as it were. I rented one of these from Home Depot to start on this job, on this floor that you see currently, and I think it was for a 24-hour period, and it cost me about $90. So if I use this 3 times, it's already paid for itself, and if it burns out by the 4th or 5th time, I'm still good, I'm still even. And that's why I don't really care about the brand name or that I bought it at Harbor Freight. To me, it doesn't really matter. As a rule, I've always done my demo by hand. You know, a sledgehammer, a couple chisels, and you know, another helper, and I'm good. But this was such a large, complicated floor that I decided, as I said, to rent that demolition hammer, and it came in very handy. So I decided to go out and get one of these at Harbor Freight. So you're seeing it at the same time I'm seeing it for the very first time. I like that it comes in a case. I'm hoping when I open it that everything is able to go back into the case relatively easily, that I don't have issues trying to pack it back in. But I do like the case. So, real men don't read directions, so that will be tossed to the side for the time being. Nice. This thing is, I'm going to say a good part of 20, maybe about 15 pounds. When and if I read the directions, I will let you know the weight, but it feels very, very sturdy in my hands. Comes with grease, which I appreciate because that grease goes inside where the tool slides into. so that must be maintained. Comes with an Allen wrench. Comes with a Phillips screwdriver. I don't know why they'd give you a Phillips screwdriver, but they do. That's all there is to it. It goes back in, as I was hoping for. Really easy. Board wraps up, grease goes back in, Allen wrench goes back in. Shut it down. Look at that. How easy is that? I like it. I like it already. I like that this handle swivels. It swivels both ways, going this direction. To lock it down into the position that you want it. And it goes in this direction, which will be locked down in the position you want it, with the little knob on the end of it to tighten it up. So I'm going to tighten it up on right where it's at here. Now I will say this seems a little cheesy. This is all plastic right here. I think this part is plastic too. It's a little more durable plastic. I like the grip. It's a non-slip grip, but all this part is plastic, and I can see where those little teeth might get chipped off or whatever, and it won't hold the lock as much as it does brand new. Putting it out there for whatever it's worth. Otherwise, this is what we're looking at. 120 volts, 60 hertz, 12.5 amps. This has a quick release on it, as most of them are going to. So when you push it down, you can put your chisel in it, whatever bit you want to put in there, and then let go of it, and it locks it in. The only thing I'm disappointed about, I guess, even though I feel like I got a good deal, all the grease, it's already pre-greased, there's already some in there. The only thing that I'm a little disappointed, it doesn't come with any bit. It doesn't come with any bits, so those are sold separately. Which I ended up getting a set, again, at Harbor Freight. I think this set me back about, I think it was $30, so figure about $10 for each one of these. This is the one, the spade bit is the one I'm going to use most of, I'm sure. And then you have this smaller chisel type bit. And then you have this, which would be for busting up concrete. That would probably be good for a shower pan, since they're quite heavy. To bust it up, meaning that once you hit a certain area, it will crack it and allow you to take up the pieces. This more specifically would be for busting up concrete. But, you know, it's a good set. I should never really wear it out. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. I'm going to use this one, because this one is the one that I'm going to use the most anyway. Harbor Freight gloves. A little cheaper than the Home Depot ones. The black ones that I normally wear are a little pricey, so I picked these up at Harbor Freight. So it's only going to go in one way. You push it in until you hear it lock in, and then you let go of this ring, and it's not going anywhere. So we are ready to go. A couple other things I want to mention real quick while I'm before I get going on here. This is a brushless motor on here. So part of this package, and by the way, I was kidding about not reading the directions. I will get to those eventually. Part of the package here is extra brushes. You have 2 of them here. So in this particular model, there's a little light right here. So replace carbon brushless when lit, so that you save it. It's It's an added feature that won't allow your motor to burn up. This also has a speed control on it, and we're going to set it down to from 1 to 6. Let's put it at 3 to start with. Off and on switch, obviously. This is off, that's on, and that's really all there is to it. The only thing I'm not seeing is a safety switch, so as you're holding it, you have to be able to manipulate. This is the only switch for off and on. There's no button on here. If you have it in the on position, it can continue to run the way it is without your hand on it. So if there's a critique of this so far, that's probably it. Not having a safety control is a little bit of annoying, but we got a lot of cord, so I do appreciate that. It's a very basic model. Again, with regard to what you can buy out there, Bosch or any of the other high-priced items, you're looking at spending anywhere from $600 to $800 on one of these, or even better. I like it a lot. This thing will really make my job a lot easier. You see how easy this tile came up. But anyway, you saw how it worked. It was only on position 3. And it worked really nice. I like it. It's just as friendly as the one that I rented from Home Depot. And it's relatively quiet. Again, it's only on power position 3. I don't know if you can see it. 3, so you know, if it was on 6, listen. Yes, definitely this is worth the $300, $280 actually. And then, of course, another $30 for the bits. So I'm in it to about $310. That's not bad. This will be a workhorse for me. This will make my job a lot easier. And if you decide to get one, I definitely recommend this. Not necessarily this brand, but getting one of these is as a contractor anyway. I don't know about a homeowner DIYer, but this is basically, you got a jackhammer for $300.
Your favorite James Brown song for us. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it won't mean nothing.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, then subscribe. Hit that button and subscribe. I make nothing off of YouTube, so please be a Patreon member. I'm going to post a link down below to my Patreon account, and you can donate $1, $5, $10, $20 a month. Just pledge that on a monthly basis. That will help me produce more videos and content so that you can watch and learn from my channel. And donate at least $50 if you're going to call. If you're going to call for advice, donate to my PayPal, please. Donate first, and then feel free to call me or email me for advice. Otherwise, business calls only, please.